Hello?
What's your favorite scary movie?
Oh, the Texas Chainsaw.
Shut up, you little bitch. Listen, you better review the new Scream movie, or I'm gonna gut you like a fish. Got it?
Hey, man. Whatever you say. I better get to it. What is up, everyone? Movie back again with another review, and it's going to be for the 2022 film Scream, and this is directed by Matt Bettinelli-Olpin and Tyler Gillett, and this stars Melissa Barrera, Jenna Ortega, and sees the returning cast of David Arquette, Courtney Cox, and of course Neve Campbell. Now, this tells the story of Ghostface back causing chaos in the town of Woodsboro. Now, the Scream franchise is a pretty damn strong one for me. 3 is the weakest, but I still find it a very watchable film. So with a script coming out that apparently Wes Craven could be proud of, was something that I was 100% gonna watch. Now, when a director has directed a franchise and a new director comes in for the next installment, or in this case directors, it can sometimes derail that franchise. The Conjuring 3 is a perfect example of that. But if you told me beforehand and I didn't know about his death that Wes Craven had directed this new Scream film, I would have believed you, because it fits the series very well. It carries the same tone and it feels exactly like a Scream movie should. Now, this movie does centre on a whole bunch of new characters, and apart from one or two irritating ones, I thought they were a decent and likeable enough cast. Now, in slashes, they are usually there just to be sliced up, so to have that as an extra bonus is always a good thing in this subgenre. Now, in my Babysitter Killer Queen review, I did predict that Jenna Ortega will go on to great things, and I still stand by that statement. She put a really good performance in here, but the standout for me in this movie was Melissa Barrera. Now, she is more of the central role here. She leads the film very well, and I like the way she took her character into new areas. She is by far the most interesting person in this movie, mainly because she has a lot of connections to what this new story is all about. But it was also a very good performance from her as well. Now, while we're on the subject of characters, what I love about these Scream movies is trying to guess who the killer is going to be by the end. I just have so much fun during the runtime, thinking why it could be him or why it could be her. And I love how much this franchise involves the audience. It's just part of the fun. And I'm happy to report that once again, I did not guess who the killer was at the end of this movie. And when a mystery film does that, it's job done in my opinion. That's why these films are so easy to watch. They are entertaining from start to finish. They engage you, and they are such a thrill ride. I have so much fun with these movies, and this one was no different. I also like the rewatchability of the Scream franchise as well, because when you go back after knowing who the killer is by the end, you kind of kick yourself for not noticing them signs. So even though you know the ending, it's always good fun to go back, and I'm really looking forward to watching this one again. The old gang are back here too, but they take more of a back seat here, and I thought that was a really good idea this time around, and let these new characters take the central focus, and these older characters who we know and love sort of being mentors for them and guiding them along the way. It really worked for me in the film. Now, a lot of people go into these movies for the kills, and whilst I don't think they were the most creative in this film, they're good enough. There's plenty of blood and gore on screen, but one kill towards the end in the third act there, I was just like, oh shit. Now, although the kills in this film don't have the most fascinating payoff, the tension building here is really well done. It doesn't just go for cheap jump scares. In fact, it knows the audience aren't stupid. And about 40 minutes in, it lets you know that. I thought it was a very well done scene, and it was kind of funny to me actually, because I just thought the directors know what they're doing here. Now, even though Ghostface is always a different character in these movies, I can't help but laugh at some of the dialogue you hear in these phone calls. Now, I just really find it funny when you hear Ghostface saying, "Answer the phone, bitch," or, "I'm gonna gut you horribly in all these vicious ways." it's just great black comedy, and I never get tired of hearing that voice. In fact, this movie probably had one of the best Ghostface voices in the whole franchise. Some of the dialogue that was set out here from this killer was just really well done. There were also one or two comedic moments in this film. Now, I can take or leave comedy in horror. I think it's overdone too much in a lot of horror films, to be honest. But here, it just comes at the right time and doesn't overdo it too much. It was the perfect balance, in all honesty, and I actually welcomed it in this film. Now, beforehand, a lot of the cast and the crew were coming out and saying they had this fantastic script in their hands and they could not make this movie because it was just so fresh and unique for the franchise, and it was kind of going to reinvent itself. Now, I do feel like it does that for about half of what it's going for, because the rules are explained on the way, which I loved, really. I always like hearing these new rules that the characters come up with and stuff as they happen on screen, but I do feel like it didn't fully get to its destination. I feel like it was a bit of a half promise what they were delivering here, and I do feel like some more braver decisions towards the end of the movie, they would have nailed it, but they just missed the mark. And like I said at the start of the review, it does feel like another Scream movie, which isn't a bad thing, but I don't think it is what they wanted it to be. Now, that is not really a negative, that's more of a mixed bag for me, because I really do appreciate it when a movie in a franchise that's been done a lot tries to go in a new direction. Even if it doesn't pay off, if the rest of the movie's good, I can tolerate that, and, you know, at least you tried. But there is a major negative for me in this film involving a certain character having these visions. And even though that storyline was, you know, rather good, actually, they went too far with the visions that this character was having, and it just felt shoehorned in to please a few people, and I just didn't like that about the film at all. Now, this may be a little minor spoiler here. I don't think it is, but, you know, if you want to turn the video off now, that's fine. But another negative for me in this film involves a certain character who is connected to one of the victims from the past 4 films, and she's watching the movie Stab, and her own family member is about to be killed, and she's sort of looking at the screen going, "Oh, get out the way, he's behind you," and I just felt that was really off, to be honest. It just didn't feel right at all. I'm just going to go ahead and rate this movie now. I'm going to give Scream a 7.5 out of 10. Look, nothing groundbreaking, nothing unique and new, but a very, very good Scream movie, and it fits nicely into this already well done franchise. I had a lot of fun with this film. Okay guys, at the end of these reviews I always like to leave a little fun fact. Now, a fun fact for Scream is that David Arquette is actually a brilliant artist, and during the breaks on set he was teaching the other cast members how to paint. Okay guys, I hope you all enjoyed this review. Please consider subscribing to this channel. I've got a lot more reviews coming, lots more videos, and if you want to check out any of my other Scream reviews, they will be in the description down below. They were kind of some of the first videos I done, so they're not the best edited or anything, but if you want to see them, they're down below as well. And if you want to comment about this film, leave it down below. I'll reply to every single one of you, I promise. Take it all easy guys. I'll see you on the next video.